This video is for everyone dealing with neurodiversity. And while I agree that acceptance is the key, and only through acceptance we will be able to understand what is going on within us. But if you are accepting your neurodiversity as a new normal, then I don't think that is going to help you in the long run. And if you are not seeking alternative therapies, if you are not going to dig deeper into your neurodiversity, why you are the way you are not really living the life which is authentic to yourself, and you are repeating the same pattern. So if you like my content, please like and subscribe to my channel. And my take on addressing my neurodiverse issues is completely different. I have accepted, yes, I have both autism and ADHD, and there are traits that are not going to go away from my life. So there are autistic and ADHD traits which are not going to go away. But there are behaviors and coping mechanisms which definitely can be unturned, and it is all about addressing the root cause, why we are the way we are. And until we do not address that why, and not really finding and digging out deeper, not really trusting the intelligent power of our own mind and our body, not aligning everything, not releasing all those difficult emotions, we are never going to find a solution. So for example, we autistic people, we like to be quiet, we like to be aloof, we like to be alone, isolated, and that is a good sign, right? That is a good trait, that it is definitely something that is going to help us in the long run towards achieving our spiritual goal. That's what we need, and that is something that is going to be with me for the rest of my life, that I would always choose to be alone within my own company. I do not like to talk a lot over phone, and that is okay. So that's I would say is an acceptable behavior for me. But what is not acceptable was all that anxiety, all that mental fog, running away from everything, running away from social situations, not really want to face those social situations, I didn't even wanted to speak at times, and for days I didn't wanted to speak, not really feeling my best self. So that is not something that is normal, and that is not something that I accepted, that this is going to be there for the rest of my life. In my ADHD trait, the things which I have accepted are creativity, novelty, my search for that something new and something exciting. That is something I have accepted. But what I do not accepted was my procrastination, my task paralysis, my executive function disorder, the brain fog, the constant anxiety, overwhelm. These are the things which I haven't accepted as new normal for myself. And I started digging out why. So until we do not address why my brain is wired differently, why it is functioning this way, why it is causing me so much anxiety, why I get tired so soon, why I do not want to do simple and basic tasks. I have started enjoying doing simple basic tasks in the home, in the office, whatever they need, because that is where the joy of being on this planet lies. To be able to write emails, to be able to send messages to people, to to be able to do my chores at home, to not really procrastinate on my laundry for months. Nah, that is not normal. And that is not something that I accepted as part of my neurodiversity. I accepted my neurodiversity as a temporary condition. I never accepted that as a permanent disability or a permanent difference. Nah, because that is not true. So that is where I started digging deep within myself. I started researching and I started practicing the breath work. So the breath work is the key to regulate our parasympathetic nervous system. It is regulating and activating, and it takes a lot of time to reach to this state. But all that weight and all that anxiety and all that overwhelm is worth going. So what I knew in my subconscious, that my neurodiversity is redirecting me towards my highest purpose in my life, and that is to unearth my own power within myself, within my body, within my mind. And what I did is I stayed strong, I stayed consistent, I perceived through what I truly believe, that I am not born to suffer here. I am not born to accept my neurodiversity as new normal. I am born to find the solution, to find the alternative therapies. And to be honest, it doesn't really take a lot. You have your own breath, and your breath is your best friend. Your breath is going to guide you through everything. You just have to tune within yourself. And until you don't experience all these energetic shifts, you won't see what power is working for us, what divine power we hold within ourselves. That's the key to address neurodiversity from its root cause. Understanding why my brain is functioning this way, and the reason is stored trauma. The neurodiversity is our brain's fight or flight response, or I will say survival response, which means my brain was not getting the energy I needed to function every day on a daily basis. It was not performing all those repair activities on a daily basis. And the root cause was this accumulated stored trauma in my nervous system through genetics and by birth. So I'm coming from a family where my father was severely autistic and my mother was severely ADHD. And there is neurodiversity even before that. So I can trace that in my grandparents with the way they used to behave in the situations. And that is the reason I'm able to talk with so much confidence. I am supporting a child who is severely autistic and ADHD, and I'm myself autistic and ADHD both. So I would never accept. Now you cannot say that OCD is your new normal. No, that is not new normal. Or I have to live with this condition for the rest of my life. That's not what I accepted for myself. And once you start, as I say that once you start digging out deep, you will find solution to your neurodiversity. And it's like managed neurodiversity and unmanaged neurodiversity. Managed neurodiversity through energetic alignment, it will bring profound changes in your life. And managed neurodiversity only through medication and therapies has not really worked for me. It hasn't. So only when I started regulating my nervous system on a daily basis for a consistent period of 8-9 months, I started seeing profound shifts within myself. That's when I started feeling that my brain is capable of creating all those neuropathways which were not functioning. And because I have lived with neurodiversity for my entire life, I am able to say this confidently that yes, the healing, the energetic alignment, the deep spiritual aspects linked to this, so the power within your own consciousness is the real power that we are holding within ourselves. And until we do not start looking into this aspect, we are living a very shallow life as a neurodiverse person. It's like we are not enjoying this life to its fullest. I mean, the way I used to go to just go to malls earlier and now is transformed. I go with so much integration and connection within myself now. Earlier I wasn't. Earlier I used to just I used to feel this anxiety and overwhelm, and that has calmed down. It goes away, and you have to believe in this power within yourself. The other thing that has changed for me is the way I drive now. The way I am not procrastinating for the tasks which I have to do. The way my runtime memory has increased. The way I am able to visualize what I'm going to do next. For a month, for 2 months, it's staying. I'm feeling this integration. So my brain is able to now think through the solution which I was never able to think through anything for my entire life. And that is why I'm saying that this is the work that is missing from all those medications and all those therapies. This inner child healing work, this deep connection with yourself was missing. So I now feel my presence of mind has amplified. Like I'm able to feel this, that wherever now I'm going with this presence of mind. Earlier I used to feel that I was somewhere behind, like disconnected from my own self, and that feeling used to always cause me anxiety, stress and overwhelm. So the key root cause is anxiety and the fight or flight physiological adaptations in our brain. And that is, once you address the root cause, which is the stress, and stress is the accumulated stored trauma. So unless you do not release that, you will not see the shifts. But once you start doing that, you will see profound changes. And yeah, I think that is something that, because I always see that people are normalizing neurodiversity. There are aspects of neurodiversity which we can normalize. Yes. And those are the innovative parts of neurodiversity, and that is something that is going to stay with me for the rest of my life. I do not have any qualms with that. But the other aspects, no, we cannot normalize procrastination. We cannot normalize task paralysis or executive function disorder. And if you're accepting that as your new normal, then you are truly not enjoying this life. You cannot enjoy your life with an unmanaged neurodiverse brain. And to manage it, you must have energetic alignment.